One of the most dangerous and lesser-known dark psychology manipulation tactics used within families is what can be called reputation undermining through infiltration. This tactic is not loud or dramatic. It is quiet, slow, and extremely effective. It is most often used by certain uncles or extended family members who feel threatened by a particular nuclear family within the extended clan, often the one that is more successful, better educated, more respected, or simply happier. Instead of improving their own condition or motivating their children to do better, these relatives choose to destroy what they cannot match. Reputation. Undermining through infiltration involves calculated moves. It starts with kindness, disguised concern, and strategic closeness. These uncles and cousins begin to visit frequently, become overly helpful, and make their presence feel indispensable. To outsiders and even to the targeted family, it may initially look like love, bonding, or support. But the real aim is to infiltrate the home, collect personal information, identify weak spots, and then use those weak spots to destabilize the family from within. Often, these manipulators begin by befriending the children of the target family. They present themselves as the cool uncle or the understanding cousin. They shower the children with gifts, attention, and the illusion of loyalty. Slowly, they start to whisper suggestions that turn the children's hearts away from their own parents. They plant doubts, belittle the values taught at home, and encourage secrecy. The child may begin to see their own parents as outdated, harsh, or unloving, a perception that was carefully fed and cultivated. As you watch this video, make sure to stay connected to this channel. Learning to identify these tactics can save your household from future destruction. Subscribe to stay alert and informed. Next, these relatives begin the phase of subtle defamation. They speak ill of the targeted family to other relatives, neighbors, or community members in concerned tones. They may say things like, "I worry about their daughter, she seems so isolated," or, "Their son is so arrogant now, I wonder where he gets it from." These statements aren't direct attacks, but they raise suspicion. Over time, the image of the target family becomes stained. Trust erodes. Alliances shift. Meanwhile, inside the home, confusion begins to spread. Parents notice their children are distant. Siblings become suspicious of each other. Small misunderstandings are magnified into big conflicts. The manipulators often offer themselves as mediators, subtly making the situation worse while pretending to be the ones resolving it. They insert themselves into decisions that should be private, and as trust deteriorates, the target family begins to fall apart emotionally. A particularly lethal version of this tactic involves marriage sabotage. If a daughter or son of the target family is doing well, the uncle might ensure that marriage prospects are silently destroyed through quiet rumors or exaggerated flaws. "I heard the girl is too controlling," or "the boy is too emotional, not good for a son-in-law." These whispers travel fast in tightly knit families. The targeted family remains confused about why good opportunities suddenly disappear. Sometimes cousins are used as tools. If a cousin has been raised with jealousy, the manipulator might encourage them to compete, insult, or publicly ridicule their more successful relative. The goal is humiliation, not humor. The result is often a breakdown in cousinly relationships, loss of self-esteem in the targeted children, and deep emotional wounds that take years to heal. Another dangerous layer is the use of false narratives. An uncle may fabricate stories about a family member's behavior. He might say, "I saw him with the wrong crowd," or "She speaks so rudely to her parents." These lies, told repeatedly, begin to sound like truth, especially when paired with selective proof or manipulation of past incidents. Those who hear the stories and don't know better begin to treat the targets with suspicion. It is important that viewers watching this understand the power of psychological infiltration. These attacks are not always loud or visible. They often occur in smiling faces, warm hugs, and polite conversations. That's what makes them so dangerous. When someone tries to destroy you with hatred, you can see it. But when they pretend to love you while eroding your foundation, the damage is often done before you even realize it. If you've experienced or observed anything similar, let us know in the comments. Your story might help someone else identify what they're going through. And if you find this discussion valuable, take a moment to subscribe. Stay connected with us, because the more you learn, the stronger and more alert you become. Now let's talk about how this manipulation creates long-term damage. Children who are separated emotionally from their parents because of an external manipulator often carry this conflict for life. They may never fully understand why they lost that connection with their parents. Some children grow up and regret turning against their families, but by then, relationships are so broken that healing becomes hard. Marriages suffer too. When the extended family has already created a narrative about a person being arrogant or not good enough, the new in-laws approach the marriage with skepticism. The son-in-law or daughter-in-law is judged before they are known. This creates an atmosphere of judgment and rejection from the very beginning. This tactic also leaves lasting effects on the reputation of the entire family. Even if the lies are discovered later, the damage to credibility, trust, and emotional safety is already done. The family becomes isolated. Invitations to weddings, family gatherings, or even funerals become selective. The victims become the othered members of the family. So what can be done to protect against this? First, awareness. Understand that these tactics exist, and they are used by people who feel inferior but want power. They don't always hate you. Sometimes they just want to control the story of your life, because they can't accept the success of yours. They want to be remembered as the savior, while making sure you are remembered as the failure. Second, communication. Keep your children close. Don't shut them down when they ask questions or express doubts. Find out where those doubts are coming from. Be emotionally available so that someone else doesn't take your place in their heart. Third, boundaries. You don't have to accept every visit, every favor, or every offer of help. Not all closeness is healthy. Protect your home from those who repeatedly bring negativity disguised as care. Teach your children how to identify manipulative behaviors. Educate your family on emotional intelligence. Prevention is better than cure. And finally, document everything. If you suspect manipulation, keep track. You may need to confront it someday, and evidence will be important. This isn't about becoming paranoid. It's about being smart and prepared. If you're still with us, thank you for investing your time in learning something crucial. This channel is dedicated to uncovering the unseen layers of human behavior. Join the community by subscribing and turning on notifications. Comment your experiences and thoughts below. The more we talk about these issues, the more power we take away from those who thrive on our silence. Stay alert, stay informed, and stay connected. Because what you learn today might be what saves your family tomorrow.